Hello everyone, it's NotaNoobPat, and welcome to Perk Review. Today we're continuing our look at the Wiggle build perks with the level 30 Ash Williams perk, Flip Flop. When you're in the dying state, 50% of your recovery progress is going to be converted to Wiggle progress whenever you are picked up by the killer. The visual demonstration is going to help a lot more with this if it is still confusing to you. Again, this perk works well in builds where the point is to wiggle off. You can pair it with Boil Over, or if your teammates are using a Sabotage build. It also pairs well with Tenacity and Unbreakable as a bailout if the killer returns before you can pick yourself up. This way it will give you a double chance to not be hooked, by either wiggling off or picking yourself up. Rather predictably, the major con is that this perk relies on the killer slugging, so you can get use out of this perk. Then, using Flip Flop without another perk would be pretty ludicrous. It can be Boil Over, Unbreakable, or both. However, it has to have a partner in my opinion. This perk has to have a partner in my opinion. If you don't have another perk, your teammates should be sabotaging hooks or willing to body block at will so you can wiggle off. Let's get into our demonstration. This first one is an example of what it would look like under normal circumstances without Flip Flop. There's no recovery and the wiggle bar is going to start at 0%. Even if you were almost fully recovered, the wiggle bar would still start at 0% as well. Here with Flip Flop, you can see that my recovery is almost full, so my wiggle is going to start out near 50% when I am picked up by the killer. Now, my time to wiggle off is going to be significantly shorter. Again, it's important to note that you will get half of the recovery converted into wiggle in all cases. You don't have to be almost recovered like in the last example. In this example, I'm 50% recovered, so I'm going to get 25% wiggle progress. Let's get into our video examples. Here you can see that I am almost fully recovered when the hillbilly picks me up. You can see this convert to wiggle, but unfortunately, the hillbilly is going to drop me to pursue my teammate. In this situation, the perk is completely negated. Fortunately, I have paired this perk with Unbreakable, so I'm able to resume my recover and pick myself up anyway. Again, I highly recommend pairing this perk with Boil Over or Unbreakable and Tenacity. While I'm almost recovered in this next example, I know the trapper could hit me right back down, so I decide it's better to utilize Flip Flop and wiggle off than utilizing Unbreakable. This way, I know the trapper will be stunned, and when I wiggle off, I'm going to have a better chance of escaping instead of just popping up right in front of him with Unbreakable. As you can see here, I'm able to wiggle off. For the final example, I'm not using Unbreakable, so I am going to be stuck on the ground while the killer slugs. This time, the pair perk I have decided to use is Boil Over, which allows me to wiggle faster. So I'm using a complete wiggle build here. Fortunately, I'm going to be able to use the 50% conversion, and I'm going to be able to wiggle off the Pyramid Head's shoulders. This allows me to stun the killer and prolong my life a little bit longer, albeit in this example, I didn't end up escaping. So you've seen the examples, let's give it a grade. Flip Flop is a 1.5 out of 10. This perk just has too many variables for success. You have to use it with another perk. The killer has to slug. You can't go into the dying state right next to a hook. You will likely need a teammate to take a hit near the hook or sabotage the hook. For all these reasons, that's going to prevent Flip Flop from converting frequently. Don't use this perk. It's just that simple. I had it on for 30 games, and you saw the examples I got with it. This means I got 3 examples in 30 games. That's a rough conversion rate. My recommendation is to just use Unbreakable if you're going to get slugged, or to use Boil Over if the point is to wiggle off. Use your other 2 to 3 perks on something that can get you more consistent success. That being said, if you want a full wiggle build, you'll likely be including this perk, for better or for worse. I think a 1.5 is fair here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. If you want to check out more perk reviews, make sure to look for the links in the description and visit my channel to subscribe. I stream twice a week on Twitch if you want to stop by as well. Take it easy.